broadcast network, AFTERBUZZ TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads in over 150 countries, and your number one source for after-show entertainment. AFTERBUZZ TV, the destination for TV superfans. Producing aftershows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows. Interviewing celebrities and showrunners. And bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akaman. Now, let the buzz begin!
Here we go.
Fits the episode.
It's right there.
See? Gotham, son of Gotham. What's up, everybody? Thank you for tuning in to another AFTERBUZZ Gotham After Show. Episode 10, Son of Gotham. I am your host, Michael Andrew. You can find me on Twitter at Michael_Drew, Michael EAL. I'm here with the Latina Heat. And apparently, the prognosticator of prognosticators.
Yep. Oh, you know.
El Fuega.
Yeah, that's how I roll. Even though
all the prognosticating comes on this side.
The
of the
leader
table.
of the hipster duo.
Not even.
Don't make that
Miss
a thing.
Monse Bolanos.
Hi guys, I'm Monse Bolanos. You guys can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Monse Bolanos.
Oh, and next to her tag team partner,
This
running
guy.
on 10 years now. In the suit, looking clean cut and
Right?
prepped.
Minus
I feel
the beer.
like I shouldn't be sitting on this side of the table.
I feel like I shouldn't be here. Mr. Steve Kaufmann. Hey, guy.
Hey, you guys can find me at Steve Kaufmann. That is Kaufmann. I'm excited for the show.
I'm excited for the show.
I'm digging this song too.
I like that. I like what you got going here. So you don't have a tie, so you're not too formal, but you got that
It's perfect.
extra.
And the suit is courtesy of snapsuits.com.
Oh,
you led me right to that. I was gonna wait till the end. I was like,
That's
nope.
beautiful.
Up
hey,
top.
dude, I'm all for a promo if they sent me something.
That's
I actually don't have suits.
That's great. Why? Yeah.
only 200.
I got chambres.
Only $250, custom fit. You send them your sizes, they send you a tailored suit.
Wow, that's not too shabby.
Wow.
Yep.
I got this chambray when I used to work over at J. Crew, and they give you free clothes. Woo!
Wow.
Okay, guys, your thoughts on today's episode?
I loved it.
Yeah?
I thoroughly enjoyed the actor Tommy Flanagan, who plays Chibs in Sons of Anarchy, who played Tom, and all of that entire story. It was so great.
I like what you're doing here, but don't be modest. I said prognosticators. Now, why did I call you the prognosticator of prognosticators?
Because yesterday, last week, my exact words were, Lil Wayne's gonna get kidnapped. And he was kidnapped.
She called it.
Not like I predicted it, but
That's enough. I didn't even see that.
yeah, I thought that. I was like, wait, didn't I say this? I don't know why. I was like, he has to. I thought it was going to be Theo, but I was like, how is he going to get away from Alfred? Type of thing.
I know, and this is like, I mean, he technically got kidnapped, but he kidnapped himself.
Right,
But still,
right,
that's crazy.
Yeah, I know. Crazy.
Right? You feel good about yourself?
I do, thank you.
I feel good for you. I feel like I did. I'm like, wow. 'Cause even when you showed it to me, I was like,
friendship.
wow.
I mean,
Thank you.
it's not as big as like predicting Joker dies, but the good.
You did. That was a good one.
You
Why
did
do
a
you
good
have
job
to take
too.
it away so
I'm not
fast?
taking it away.
No,
That's-
that's so fast.
That was
Also
seven. That was
good.
7 episodes ago.
and I counted to 5.
And I counted to 5.
Okay.
Yes, thanks. But yeah.
Yeah?
It was great. It was great to see that. I did not expect it. I'm glad that it wasn't what I said, because what they did was way better.
It was way better.
It was way better. So I'm glad it wasn't Theo kidnapping
And
him.
it was pretty, like, even though. Okay, we'll get into it later. All right, Steve, your thoughts?
I really like this episode.
Yeah?
We get a deceitful Bruce Wayne. We get a lot of movement on this Father Creel stuff, which has been pretty slow going. We get the small dose of Nigma Penguin we want.
I like the way they did that too.
If they're not going to go anywhere, they should have like 2 scenes.
Right. And it was great.
Yeah,
Like, we
everything.
know they're still together. There's still a friendship. They're still living together. I loved all that. Like, yeah,
Okay.
just
He
little
hides
drops.
he hides the spicy mustard.
I know. I like that.
so
I like
good.
how. Yeah,
That's
they had
not a euphemism for sex, by the way. Hiding the spicy mustard.
That does sound like- I like how they had like a little odd couple going on with the way they were living together. I thought that was pretty good. All right. Speaking of Nigma, Cobblepot, we'll just go into them real quick and just to get out of the way. So pretty much, I think the first time we saw Nigma in this episode was when he was just working at the job. So I think we asked the question last week if he's still
there.
Yeah.
he's still employed.
He's just smart
still
enough.
employed.
He's smart enough that everyone thinks he's just Nigma.
Yeah, and then and he pretty much. I mean, the one thing that I figured would happen is they're gonna keep asking about Kringle. and
Yes.
Leslie approaches him. He's pretty much, she's gone. She left me, and that was I thought that was a good line.
Right.
I thought that was the good line. He disappeared. Well, she disappeared with the other person I secretly murdered, and neither of them can be found. So that's a good way to get. That's a good way. And they used to date. That's a perfect way to rid himself of it.
It is. It's just.
And he even cried on cue.
Lee is a doctor, and she is gonna overanalyze that. There's no way she was just gonna accept that and be like, okay, you're right.
Yeah.
They're gone.
It looks like it might lead into one of those situations where she pries a little too much, and now I guess Kringle is gonna have to maybe handle her, and then it'll probably lead into a Nigma Gordon feud.
Yeah.
I looked at you because that was somewhat of a wrestling reference.
No, I got you. They're going to run a program.
Well, nod at me or something, guy. No, all right, so then we got Nigma doing that, and then while that's all happening, we got the phone calls coming in from Cobblepot. So him and Cobblepot got their roommate status going on, and I enjoyed what was going on with them. I like the whole roommate thing happening. I think it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
But I like that it's small here.
Yeah.
Where it was like prominent last week, and I was very upset.
Yeah, I think they're doing a good job of peppering it inside,
Yes.
as opposed to overdoing it.
Where it's like, nope, he's there.
Yeah.
Also, they're killing 9 random people in the street, and
Right.
everything else is happening.
Right.
So it looks like they're setting it up for, I guess, the second half of the season. It'll be a bigger Cobblepot Nigma situation, right? Would you agree?
Possibly.
Yeah. I mean, it's funny because, not to cut you off, sorry, but if you watch the preview for next week, if you didn't, I don't know why you're here because this is all just spoilers. But if you don't want to listen, don't listen right now. It shows that Nigma that Penguin and Gordon seem to have or be joining forces.
Enemy my enemy.
Yeah, and when I saw that scene where they're all walking and they're like fully ready to fight somebody.
That was really
I was
awesome.
like, where's Nigma? In this.
Yeah, I know, but I don't think he's gonna step out just yet because it'll look a little crazy because he doesn't want anyone to know that he's really working with Cobblepot just yet.
Yeah,
right.
But that was instantly what I thought. I was like, so Nigma is just at home, just waiting.
And yeah, so pretty much it ends with Cobblepot finding out that Gallivant gets away, and then he ends up saving Jim. I mean, we'll get more into that later, but
and also the glasses. Remember that
breaks the glasses.
Yeah,
yes.
that Nigma calls and is like, you need to get rid of those glasses. And
We're
because of
the
Lee,
Kringles, yeah,
because Lee is starting to suspect things, and Penguin doesn't take that very lightly. He's like, "Why did you keep them in the first place?" And he even says, "Amateurs."
When they first had that conversation, I thought he was talking about body parts.
Oh no, he's talking about her glasses.
Yeah.
Remember he kept them?
Yeah.
Because he loved her.
Well, poor guy.
Poor guy.
He loved her, then he murdered her.
Yeah.
But he's cool with it now.
Yeah, he's cool with it. And
Crying
then,
on cue.
I know, very good. And
sense
then
memory.
he crushes them when he finds out that Theo is free.
Huh.
A lot of talk in the chat over here about them being literally the odd couple.
Yeah, it was really good. I
Yeah.
like what
Like,
they're
how
doing
can
with that.
two villains live together?
Oh,
That's Penfold 74 said that.
how did it happen? And I like that. I like how it's like they have the most mundane arguments. Like, if he finished all of that mustard,
Yeah.
I gotta eat my sandwiches. Where are the sardines at? Nigma, please.
Nigma, please.
All right. So
Hashtag
yeah.
Nigma, please.
So enough with them. They had a nice little piece of today's episode, but now to not the biggest part of the episode, but my favorite part.
Yeah.
Bruce.
Bruce.
My boy Bruce. He stepped it up. I feel like today was the first inkling of a birth of the bat.
He's still Lil Wayne.
Yeah.
He's still a little one, but it's coming. Did you see the Deception? The player moves?
Yeah, he definitely
Oh,
put the moves on and was so evil about it.
He was deceitful to me. Like when he
Yeah.
got kidnapped, I was like, oh, they got Lil Wayne.
Yeah.
He was so good. That's the way you have to make. You have to make Bruce Wayne in this episode, or you have to make Batman in general. I like it how they're not only is he deceiving people on the show, but he's deceiving the viewers.
Yeah.
Bruce does that because whenever you watch Batman, sometimes I'm just like, oh, I didn't expect that. The viewer didn't expect that.
Yeah.
I actually kind of felt this one coming on.
Well, when he got kidnapped and when they dragged him into the room, that's when I was like, all right.
I don't know. When I first saw those guys, and then we jumped midway through the him and Kyle plan, I had a sneaking suspicion
That it was all planned.
that it was all one thing. Only because there are so many characters on this show.
Yeah.
That like I see the two guys in the van and I don't recognize them, and I look at you guys and you guys don't recognize them, and I'm like, no way they're bringing in brand new characters to be Galavan's henchmen. Galavan has plenty of henchmen. Those are likely part of this plan. We only know the part we joined in on.
Yeah.
I totally didn't think that. They had me.
Me neither.
They had me.
Me neither.
I'm a TV detective.
Even when he came out.
He's dressed like one too.
Yeah. Even when he came out with like the bloody thing, I was like, he didn't scream though.
No.
We didn't hear him scream, and that's when I started second guessing whether that was real or not.
No, I figured something was well. Okay, well they end up getting captured. Silver St. Cloud and Bruce Wayne end up getting captured after he whispers something into her ear to get her to open up to him to get the information about his uncle.
While Selena's watching from a tree.
And Bruce Wayne is just like smooth. He talks to her. He whispers in her ear.
You loved all of that.
Yeah,
you were like reacting to all of the smooth moves he was making.
Because it's all about that high school romance.
Well, it's not about the high school romance, but like the Batman fan in me, the person who grew up watching Batman and reading Batman. That's one thing that Bruce ends up becoming, and the one thing that he can't be held down by a woman because it's always because he's Batman, but he's never doesn't have an issue getting women. It's not just because he's rich. He knows, and he's has too many secrets that the one thing that he becomes is too good at deception. He becomes too good at lying to people, lying to these girls. This is what you got to do. Learn from Bruce. No, but lying, and it's great that like he started like last week Alfred got on him about not being able to be good at deception, and this week, it's like he got an inkling for it. It's like when you just a natural at something. It's like, oh, I'm not a good liar. Then you try. I'm like, I kind of like this, and then he just like mastered it.
Yeah,
mastered this. Talk to this girl, and it was just nice to see him flip it on Silver St. Cloud because she's always putting it on him.
Yes,
and he put it on her metaphorically.
Oh goodness.
Yes. No, but and I like that he whispered in her ear, and then he sealed it with a kiss. Damn. Like he was good with the whispering in the ear part. He didn't even need to kiss her. But he was like, you know what? I think this needs a little panache. Needs a little honey mustard on that sandwich. You know what I'm saying?
Spicy mustard.
So I brought it back. Was it spicy mustard?
It was spicy mustard.
Whatever. It's
but
mustard.
You're still. I prefer honey mustard, but it's.
So do I, Steve. I prefer honey mustard too.
Okay.
So they end up getting kidnapped, and I figured something was up when the kidnappers pretty much indicated that he was neither with Theo or with. Well, when he indicated he wasn't with Theo, when he was pretty much saying that, why are you investigating this? We can't have you investigating this, and we need to know what she knows about what Theo told her. So that whole situation there, that kind of tipped me off. But such a smart plan. He didn't even tell Alfred.
Yeah, he didn't even tell Alfred.
That turned out to be a mistake.
That was a mistake. But Alfred never would have let him do it.
Never would have let him do it, especially because he doesn't like Selena,
and
which was Selena's idea.
Also, Duke Chronic in the chat. They don't have to show us Bruce learning from his mistakes all the time. It's good to see him win.
Yeah.
That sums up how I feel. Where it's like, it's good to just like, no.
Yeah.
Bruce won the day today.
He did win the day. Sort of. He won the day in the beginning.
He won the day, not the night.
Yeah, not the night.
But I have to give it out
to... But he will
to...
in the future. Touche.
Steve
Kaufmann.
He is the night.
They should have a drink to that.
Were you guys going to clink or something?
Oh, I'm
We're too far. We're too far.
Okay. That whole scene, as much as I hate Silver St. Cloud, because, she's evil and not the actress.
But
the actress was on. She was so good. Woo! When Bruce gets taken, because you know how he's like, one by one, I'm going to start cutting your fingers and ask questions, and he takes by the chair, and she's like screaming for Bruce. I was like, okay. You go, girl. That was very well done.
And that was like acting on acting, because she was even acting for Bruce, because when he put the knife on her, that's when she gave up a name. But just like Selena pointed out, when she was about to chop up...
Right.
When she was about to chop up Bruce, she was just like, oh, Bruce, sorry. Yeah. Damn. Well, that sucked.
Acting on acting, agreed.
Because even her character was so good.
That was really good.
And when
when
Bruce was screaming, I felt it. Like, I knew it was fake, but I still said it was chilling.
And he was getting slapped. Like, he was really getting slapped. He even said to him, sorry about the slaps, like, at the end.
He's determined.
Yeah, I was, so it had me. There's no way, I was sucked in. I believed it. I was like, oh, man.
That's that. I called him Baby Bat. When this episode ended, I was like, that's a Baby Bat right there.
Baby Bat.
Batman?
The Bat. No, Bat, not Batman yet. Just
Baby Boy?
Baby Bat. Just
Bat Boy?
Bat.
We had that joke already.
Did you really? Okay, so we go to that part. What happens after? Then...
Well, she names a name.
She said Malone.
She says M. Malone.
Malone. She does say first name starts with an M.
Which that most accurately matches Malone.
Yes, I was going to go in that direction as well. the only way I know that name is in the comic book. Bruce Wayne or Batman, when he disguises himself as someone, that's usually an alias he uses as Matches Malone. So I only saw that once in like the cartoon back in the 90s, but that was a nice little nod to that.
Yeah, that's the alias he uses as Batman, meaning nothing exists in the myth. There's no M. Malone in the mythos other than
that
Matches Malone, which is him.
Okay.
In the mythos, also, the show does not care about its mythos at all.
Good.
So I love it.
Yeah, I agree.
I personally stick to it being Galavan.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter who pulled the trigger. It matters who hired the gunman. Because as you can see, it's not hard to hire a gunman in this city. That doesn't mean that they're just hired guns.
Yeah.
They're
It's
everywhere.
who hired the hired gunman.
Yeah.
Or who hired the gunman.
Yeah.
You know? So I think that's the main thing that I'm looking for.
Yeah, I'll feel a little strung along if there's a guy named Mike Malone. Or a guy named Matches Malone, and then that's why Batman uses that
Milky
name.
Malone. Good old MM, Milky Malone.
Yeah.
I knew it was you, Milky.
But like at the end of the season, the big reveal is we find out that's the gunman, but that's not who he reported to. Or like, well, now you're stringing me along. So it's been 2 years.
Yeah.
But you're right.
Do you think we're ever really going to find out who the killer is?
I feel like that's...
That'd be kind of cool. That's something you never find out.
No. Hopefully that's something they find out either soon, like at the end of this year. Like they literally like, nope, it was Matches Malone. He was hired by Theo Galavan. But look at all this other stuff that we're doing that we're still going to follow Gotham.
Yeah.
Like he could still do what he has to do after finding out who the killer is.
Oh, yeah.
Or he never finds out, because that's part of the beauty of Batman. Is that Batman will always project that person on his victims.
Okay. And then we have the ending. This was just another part of my favorite parts.
Yeah.
With Bruce and Selena.
Yeah, you loved it.
When he got Selena to kind of stutter and to like when he what did he say to her at the end? He said sometimes the best. Oh yeah, he told her the best liars tell the truth, and he was looking at her in her face. He's like, but I wasn't talking about her. When he told her
all the things that he felt, because she asked what he whispered to Silver St. Cloud, and I was like, yeah, you
that
asked.
girl Selena was confused.
You asked, girl.
She didn't know what to do.
No.
So are they gonna kiss like ever?
They haven't kissed yet?
They haven't kissed yet.
Yeah.
Correct me if I'm wrong. They haven't kissed yet.
No. No.
I think I'm pretty sure that would be a huge deal. They'd promo the hell out of it.
No. Yeah. No.
All right. So that was my favorite part. And then when I got a lot of ups from me.
Yeah. And we didn't focus on it too much, but when he like lets Silver have it, so good. Like when they come out and then she's like, wait, what? And she's like, you said all these things to me. I believed you. And he's like, yes. That was the point.
Oh, that was great.
I'm Bruce Wayne. Get over it.
That was the point. Looked her right in her face. Like, and that's the point of deception.
Yep. Tells her, like, Selena broke into your house, found the file, just like everything. And he said it so just like Bruce. Bruce Little Wayne.
Bruce Baby Bat Little Wayne.
Bruce Little Wayne.
All right. So now on to the big stuff. All right. That part was cool. Now on to the next subject. Jim. So Jim visits Theo. And what you guys feel about the whole situation with Jim in this episode? Because we didn't really talk about that much.
What do you mean?
Like the trend. I pretty much knew it was gonna happen. Like even at the beginning, like the opening scene, it was like a slow burn. The opening scene, he goes and sees Theo.
Right, because of the funeral.
Yeah.
It's right after the funeral.
And then the moment right after he talks to the captain and is like, I know he's gonna get out. Something's gonna happen. And we all knew that. We knew he wasn't going to jail. So what do you think about that? Like, I thought they did a good job knowing the fact that we still knew it was going to happen, but it was still a good
Yes,
burn.
I did not expect him to be let go free because Mayor James was going to retract his statement.
Yeah, and I like the way they showed Mayor James retracting his statement because he was while he was talking, Jim was conversing with the captain.
Right.
And then everyone hushes. Like, wait, what'd you just say? Like, yeah, I didn't.
Yeah.
That was well shot.
That was well done. Yeah, all of it.
Part of me is a little annoyed that they promoted this for a week. That we all know, like, oh no, Galvan's getting out.
Yeah.
That part of me wanted that to like stay a surprise.
You know what? Considering how they've done the last few episodes, I'm shocked that they didn't open the episode with, all right, I'm free.
Well,
because everything else has started so
But I think what it really is, and this happens in most shows, is that the promo department aren't the same people as the production department. So they make the show, and then another another department like cuts it up and puts it out there, so they don't know that, which is annoying because I'm sure the production side would like to know. Oh no, the audience is, because we had like close to half the episode building up to like, will he get out? He's so confident he'll get out.
Yeah.
And we as the viewer are like,
Yeah,
well,
you know what's gonna happen.
it's like, well, yeah, because we like watched it happen the end of last episode
Right.
from the promo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That like I think it's I'm a nerd about that
No.
interconnectivity of like the promo I want promo departments to work with production departments more, because
Yeah.
that episode probably wouldn't have been half the episode. Like it would have been a bit more of an afterthought than it was this week.
Yeah.
Although I think even without that promo, we all kind of felt that Galavan can't just go down like a punk like that.
Yeah.
Right.
But I did think the ending of the episode, everything that happened with Galavan, they did fast forward it quick. And I mean, I liked it, but I liked how it didn't just end with "I'm off" and then into next week. It was like "I'm off" and then he got right into action.
I enjoyed
Yeah.
that.
I like that. All right, so I liked how so Jim pretty much figures out that the symbol at Galavan's house or penthouse is for the Order of Saint Zuma, and they end up going to a brothel. Was it a brothel or a massage parlor?
Massage
Rub and tuck.
parlor.
A rub and tuck. So they go to a
That's
rub
what
and
they're
tuck.
called. It's a
Was it
professional
called a rub
term.
and tuck? Were they calling it a rub and tuck in this episode?
Sergeant Barnes called it, or Captain Barnes called it a rub and tug.
Did he really?
Oh,
He really
okay.
did. That's how I know what they're
Right.
called,
No,
because Sergeant
please.
Barnes.
I know,
Please
it's
keep
like, what do you
talking
do?
about the rub and tug. Let's not continue the episode.
Okay. So
Love you, Steve.
so the crest belongs to Saint Dumas, and they end up going to the good old rub and tug.
Yeah.
Gotham's good, the oldest rub and
Swear
tug
to
in
God,
Gotham.
Michael Drew.
So they go to the rub and tug, and they find, who was it? Just a random person getting sacrificed? Who was the?
They just find a dead guy.
They just
Yeah,
find a
they
dead
find
guy?
a dead
They
guy.
find a couple. It looked like more than one dead guy. It looked like they came in there,
Yeah.
at least two dead guys, because
Yeah.
there was one guy laying in bed and he was clearly dead, and then there was another person in another bed.
Yes, and then they end up going one-on-one. Jim ends up going one-on-one with the monk, who shows up out of nowhere, and apparently takes a knife right to the ribs.
Yep.
Yep. And then
'Cause-
has like no reaction.
No
'Cause
reaction.
he's penitent. Like he's
Yeah.
like every morning he wakes up and then like slashes it, like hits himself, hurts himself to just deal with the pain.
And that's, is that how they do. They
And they find strength in the pain. It's ridiculous.
It is stupid.
because he didn't even like the moment when he just pulled it out like ugh. Like, even I was
That's
just like
ridiculous.
damn.
It
I could never
hurt.
do that. Yeah.
I
never.
wouldn't.
Yeah,
I wouldn't
no.
see the function.
The function. Yeah, I don't think I'd see much of the
I'd
function.
rather
of,
learn to fight to not get
yeah.
stabbed ever. But you know, teach their own.
Yeah, but you know, I don't see. I don't think it's hard to see that we wouldn't see the logic with murders monks. It's not that I don't get a lot of their
I like
logic.
that. That's good. Well,
Right.
Well, no, they're deeply religious. In fact, the
They are.
garb of Father Creel was changed. I saw a screenshot of it a couple
Mm-hmm.
weeks ago. That he was very much more religious, and they had to tone it down.
Yeah.
Like when we first saw Father Creel a couple weeks ago, they pretty much reshot the whole scene for him to have the more monkish garb he had, because otherwise I think he was like pretty much dressed like a pope
Yeah, he was.
with the hat and with the hat and the jewelry. So like they're playing it down to just make them like lo-fi monks, if you will.
Yeah.
And I like this. That's terrifying though.
Yeah.
Someone wants to take you down for your sin. And if you try to fight back, they won't give you any information. They want to die. And they train to deal with pain. I mean,
It's perfect villains.
they're perfect.
Right.
They're perfectly terrifying.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the guy ends up jumping in front of a truck, dies, and they find him. They're trying to figure out. They can't find any info on him, and the only thing they could find are his boots that are scummy and dusty and smelly. So they're like, the sewers. So they go to the sewers.
They don't have sneakers in their locker. I have to
Apparently.
point that out.
I mean, if they're trampling, if they're running across the city, I guess concrete boots.
Well, but they were
Yeah.
in no, because they were wearing their dress shoes, and that's a tiny thing. A lot of shows do this.
You mean
A
the
lot of
cops when they went to sewers? Yeah,
when the
you're
cops
right.
went in the sewers, I'm like, but you're literally at the station. You could
Yeah.
take 2 seconds to let me put on my sneakers
Yeah.
to not screw up my leather
I
shoes.
at least wouldn't have gone in my suit. Like Jim has a nice suit.
But would that?
That might have been a sewer suit.
I don't know what year we are in Gotham, but I mean, if it's 2015, yes, But
if it's
not
1985,
You
put on
pairs
some
of shoes.
Put on some nasty jeans. Put on something.
But would that really happen? I feel
I
like.
would think so. If you know you're going to, if we're here, I'm like, all right, guys, we're about to leave in 30 minutes. All of our gear is here. We're about to go in these nasty sewers. Wear your best suit. Bring your pumps, girl. It's gonna be a night.
But it's different. It's different. I just feel like different times. I don't know if they would have that.
Fair enough. Or
that's all.
And I do understand the pressing. The pressing idea of like, we just figured this out. We have to run to the sewer right now.
Yeah.
I'm one of those people who's like, we could take 30 seconds to change our shoes.
Yeah.
Am I the only one thinking about this?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
Jim, that just means Jim is pressed.
Yeah.
Jim is pressed.
Yeah.
He's trying to save people. He don't care if he gets dirty.
It's true. So that's why they head to the sewer.
And
Real quick.
his partner's a former drunk. They don't care. He's like a former drunk. He's pressed for business.
He drank that wine.
He did drink that. Well, that's
drank that-
probably what made him
He
not
might have
care about
fallen-
being dirty.
He might be. Well, no, he cared. He didn't like it.
I know. What did he say? He said when he was just mixing metaphors. Like, I'm in a freaking sewer.
Also, the chat corrected us. Selena Kyle and Bruce Wayne did kiss season 1, episode 10.
See, that dude Bruce getting it. And see?
But it was very innocent. It wasn't
But it was still
like a peck. I know.
That
I was
means
gonna
tongue is
say.
next.
that was in Gotham time. That's a million years ago.
Yeah.
A lot has gone on in Gotham since that kiss.
Yeah.
So while in the sewer, they end up fighting another monk. And the monk is blinded with a blindfold. I guess he fights like that. Because the other monk didn't have that. Did he? The other monk? Did all the monks have a
Didn't Gordon
blindfold
put
on
the
them?
blindfold
Yeah,
on?
Gordon put the blindfold on.
Gordon put the blindfold on because he pretended to be a monk, and that way he couldn't see him. Because if he didn't have the blindfold, he would.
Oh, I must have
He
missed
wouldn't have
that.
said anything.
Yeah,
Oh,
he wouldn't
good.
have said anything.
Damn, see, Jim? See? He's smart enough to do that. He's not smart enough to put on boots. But he's smart enough to blindfold monks.
Yeah, he even changed his voice a little bit.
He did. So he ends up getting information, and they pretty much harp on the fact, what was it? The son of Gotham is gonna be sacrificed next. I think we all knew who that was.
Yep.
The moment they said that, we all knew what was going on. And
Well,
then
we also know the background of the families, and
Right.
like we come at it from a lot
different
more
angle,
information than
but you would have figured that Jim,
Then
like, who else would be the son of Gotham? Even in Jim's perspective, no?
he doesn't. He
Yeah.
doesn't know the idea that he doesn't know the story of the 5 family. Like he is coming at it from a different way.
Yeah.
But I can see both sides because Jim Gordon is the same Jim Gordon who figured out Gallivan's plan in like 2 minutes last week,
It's true.
and like that wasn't unrealistic. Like that was realistic. Like nope, he's Jim Gordon.
Right, but
He
I feel
gets it.
like the title "Son of Gotham." I wouldn't think he'd be like Bruce. That's Bruce. Yes,
Yeah, all right.
that's just it. But you're right.
But I
There's,
think
like,
but I
things
think
to
the
that. Yeah, I could go either way.
in the world that we're seeing, the mythology of how the city was formed,
Yeah.
I don't think is very well known. Similar to like, think of the city you live in or the city you're from. Could you tell me like how it was formed, what the families did, what year? Like that's not a
Not even a little
contemporary
bit.
in a contemporary level. That's not very common knowledge.
Right.
So then we end up fast forwarding to the trial as we spoke about before, and then boom, Theo gets off. Jim, another predictable part. You knew he was gonna slug him. Slugs Theo.
Wasn't that in the promo?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, was it in the promo?
That was definitely.
Yeah, that's why I think all of us were like, he's about to hit him.
Oh,
So
okay.
we saw the promo.
I wonder if he's gonna hit him.
Yeah.
Oh, he's totally
Oh,
gonna
is
hit
this
him.
when he hits him? The what we saw already?
So the cops end up taking Jim out, and it turns out the cops work for Theo and capture him. And then he wakes up being right in front of Theo. As well, also somewhere else, Cobblepot finds out that Theo gets let go.
Yes, that's when he crushes the glasses.
Yeah, and this is when Theo shows a new side of himself. He pretty
Right.
much goes old supervillain. Says his entire plan. Says his last name is Dumas. The whole Brotherhood's on his
Everything.
He went Bond villain.
Then
is what he did.
He proceeds to whoop
That was awesome.
Seriously.
his
I
ass.
am
That's so funny.
envious.
This
Apparently
whole
Theo
time,
can fight.
Yeah, like this whole time, I thought he couldn't fight. Not only because they never showed him fighting, but because he had Tabitha.
Yeah, yeah.
But I like that.
Me too.
I like that too. That like as a
liked
villain,
it.
like because when all the fighting monks and the corrupt cops and Tabitha and Butch and everyone around him is gone, you're still like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think.
Yeah.
Have you see him fight?
yeah.
He could take down anyone. Like hand to hand, he could just take down anybody.
So he ends up pretty much taking him to task. And I liked how he let him come, because he could have just killed him, but it's like he wanted Jim to know, by the way, I could whoop your ass anytime.
Right.
Let me show you. Then he beats him up. Then he's like, all right, kill him, make it slow. and leaves. And then
and he has like karate moves. It's not like punches. It's like,
Yeah, and they did a good job of building up Jim up to here because Jim's been whooping everybody.
Yep.
He beat up the cannibal last week, so you're just like, oh, Jim's about to take him to task, and he gets,
They just gave him this huge Goldberg like run.
I know.
So they could feed him to Gallivant.
Yeah.
It's John Cena all over again.
It's very,
Sorry.
Why do this?
Why? more wrestling references. So right before Theo escapes, and right before Jim's about to get killed, he gets saved by Penguin's henchman. And Penguin himself.
Yeah.
Right.
Penguin and Gabe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it ends with Penguin slapping him. At first he's trying to help him up, but then he just keeps slapping him. I think
Penguin's a little angry about the whole situation.
I think he's mad he let him go, to be honest with you.
Yeah. I mean, he wants Theo. He just was like, tell me where Theo is. Like, we already know.
Yeah.
He hates Theo. Theo killed his mom. Like, makes him go crazy.
And then the episode ends with Theo. It goes, like we said before, it fast forwards. Theo goes from right there, right to Bruce, and he captures Bruce. He's like, hey, you about to die.
Yeah, because he goes to his place. He goes to Gotham Mansion. What is? I mean,
Wayne Manor.
Wayne Manor. I was like, what is it?
Gotham Mansion.
Sorry. Yeah, Wayne. He goes to Wayne
Complex
Manor.
Gotham. Yeah.
And we didn't talk about how Alfred is not
Yes,
there.
Alfred's not there to save
help
him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's somewhere bleeding to death because he got into a fight with Tabitha.
All of that.
I love that fight.
All of that. Yeah.
But I love the Tabitha Alfred fight. I like that Alfred is so awesome that he'll just come and find Bruce immediately.
Yeah.
Just go straight to Galvin.
I'm worried though. I'm worried because he looked like he got pretty roughed up in this fight.
He got the. I like the way that she threw. I was like a dagger.
Yeah.
And it
a
flowed.
boomerang-looking dagger.
It caught air.
Yeah, and it hit him like right in like what looked like his shoulder blade, which I cringed just thinking about it.
It was
And
good.
he did get a little stab.
He's a little bloody, like
little
because
bloody.
he got. It looks bad.
Yeah.
Like if he were to make it back to Wayne Manor, he'd have to be in a hospital bed.
Yeah,
and it looks like he's not even gonna make it back to Wayne Manor.
Don't say that.
No, he's gonna make it.
He's gonna live. He's Alfred.
Yeah, but he's gonna make it. I think he's gonna be fine, guys.
Okay. All right.
Hashtag Alfred lives.
All right.
Always.
So, all right, that's it for the roundup on that episode. I guess let's just go to predictions.
Let's do a couple predictions. I don't even
Actually,
know.
I got one.
Your AFTERBUZZ TV.
Well, since you're so hyped right now, Monse.
No.
Since you're on Fuega.
No.
Miss Fuega.
So it's the mid-season finale.
Yes, next week's the mid-season finale.
Mid-season finale. And they already showed a little bit of the preview that I guess Theo really does take him because it shows Bruce tied up in like a stake area.
They're about to sacrifice him.
Yeah, like they're about to sacrifice him. So I think the prediction is obvious based on the promo that Gordon and Penguin are going to show up.
Yeah.
And somehow, obviously, break up that whole thing, that whole ritual, that whole killing. They're going to show up. And I think it's not going to be like they show up, easy fight. It's going to be like they show up, like half an hour is left. It's going to be like a whole fight scene. Alfred will kill Tabitha, I think. Okay. Because now he's going to go after her. I don't think Tabitha lives. I don't think Theo will live past next week.
Past next week?
That's you know what? That's not okay. Go ahead. I was going to say something on that. I'll go after you.
I say that if they're all there, I say it's like they got to go down, and there's going to be like somebody that dies that we like, because it's just I don't know.
I think Selena is gonna have something to do with saving them.
Okay, I thought you were going to say something crazy.
With saving Bruce.
Okay.
I thought you were going to say like, I think Selena's gonna die.
I was like, wow,
All right.
that's worse than mine.
I do think. I hope not, but I have a sneaking suspicion that Jim Gordon's gonna find out about Nigma at the end of next week.
Oh, okay, all right.
And they're gonna force that issue, keep forcing that issue, because if Nigma's gonna be working with. If Nigma's working with Penguin and Penguin's working with Gordon, and
don't do that next episode. There would be too much to cram.
I'm with you.
There's no way.
But
That's too much to cram in an episode.
If they don't do it next week, what'll happen is Gordon will find out, and retaliatorily, in retaliation, Nigma will take Leslie.
Okay.
And then that's gonna play out. That they've planted that seed a couple times.
Okay. All right.
But that can't happen next week. I like it though.
I like it. 5 weeks, six episodes from now.
I hope that doesn't happen next week.
I hope they keep Nigma out of everything next week. But I'm saying it because I feel like they're gonna do it anyway.
Okay. I think. Well, I don't agree that Tabitha dies next week. I think we saw inkling that she's kind of moving away from her brother. Because she doesn't know
Because
her
of what
brother.
she says?
Yeah, her brother hasn't been telling her anything. I think she feels out the loop.
Yeah, but
And
Tabitha's not a good person.
Yeah, but I think it's going to lead forward to the last prediction I had, is that she's still going to team up with our boy Butch.
Yep.
Interesting.
I like that.
I see the inkling in that direction. If someone dies next week, I don't want to say. I think you predicted this last week, but I might have to piggyback it. I think Barnes might die next week.
That could make sense.
Yeah.
I think Barnes might die next week.
That would be the good that I said. Like, that somebody good has to die next
he's
week.
the only one I could see dying. Because they killed the entire police squad, the entire gang of rookies, they're all dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They died in like 3 episodes.
Well, because there are a lot of characters we know won't die, and then there are a lot of main characters that like we wouldn't care.
Yeah.
Like, I think if Butch died next week, it would just be a poor choice. But we don't
It
actually.
makes no sense.
Yeah, like we wouldn't. I agree. I want Tabitha to stay. I'm okay with Galavan dying next week. And
I can see that happening, but it's too soon. Only because what are they gonna do for the whole next half? Nigma and Cobblepot?
But after next episode,
Freeze, Strange, Indian Hill, like they're.
You're right. Indian
And
Hill.
I just feel like after this episode, so you're gonna stretch out Theo more? No, I mean at this point.
I think he might lose power, fall out of power, but I don't think he's gonna die.
All right, put him in
All right,
Arkham.
then he goes to Arkham.
Go
All
to
right,
Arkham.
something like that.
Okay.
Ship him to Arkham.
Okay,
right.
I'm cool with that. But I'm saying I don't want to come back February, whenever it's coming back.
January.
End of
And
January.
more Theo stuff.
And we're still talking about Theo.
Okay.
And the
unless
Court
he
of
goes,
Dumont.
unless he goes to Arkham or Indian Hill and then starts running stuff there.
Yeah, that's
that's
different.
progression.
But
Okay.
Court of Dumont, like you said today, he's put it all out there. We already know everything.
He Bond villained.
Like,
he
this
Bond
is-
villain. This is the final act.
This is it. Yeah, exactly.
All right.
He monologued.
Well, okay, guys.
Yes.
If anyone agrees with us, please let us know what your predictions are for next week. Go on #ABTV.Gotham or just hit us up on Twitter. Please, you can also go to youtube.com/AfterBuzzTV. Subscribe, iTunes, SoundCloud, like, share. I'm your host, Michael Andrew. You can find me on Twitter at Michael_Drew, Michael EAL. Where can they find you guys at?
You guys can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Monse Bolanos, MonseBolanos.
And you guys can find me on Twitter at Steve Kaufmann. That is KAUFMANN. This suit courtesy of Snapsuits.com.
And bye.
Okay. Good talk.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
Galavan gonna die.
The views expressed herein are those of the host only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.